spectacle. The permanent secretary of the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, Alhaji Ismail Abubakar, as well as the House Committee on Sports Chairman, Olumide Oshoba, were all in attendance alongside well-meaning Nigerians. And as the games kicked off, host Delta State began their quest for a clean sweep of the medals by clinching the first gold medal at the games. Team Delta cyclists beat 3 other states, Oyo, Plateau, and Lagos states, to emerge winners of the 12-kilometer mixed relay decided on Igbuzo Road early on Wednesday morning. Edo and River State teams were disqualified for their inability to present the minimum 3 female cyclists required for the event. Now to some boxing stories. The World Boxing Council, the WBC, is looking into claims by former referee Carlos Padilla that he influenced the outcome of an early Manny Pacquiao title fight. Padilla, who is now 88 years old, said he prolonged the count to help fellow Filipino Pacquiao beat Nedal Hussein and defend his WBC International Super Bantamweight title in Manila way back in the year 2000. He also said he overlooked a headbutt from Pacquiao, which opened a cut above Hussein's left eye and led to the fight being stopped on medical grounds. Pacquiao won by technical knockout and went on to become a 5-weight world champion. WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman told BBC Sport that the WBC has appointed a committee to look into the matter and will be working on the situation with full attention. Padilla, who refereed Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier's infamous Thriller in Manila fight in 1975, made the claims in an interview on the WBC website to mark his induction into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame in September. Now to more controversies, this in tennis, as veteran Spanish tennis player Fernando Verdasco has been provisionally suspended for 2 months after testing positive for drug methylphenidate. The 39-year-old failed to renew a therapeutic use exemption, a TUE, the International Tennis Integrity Agency stated on Wednesday. Verdasco has accepted a voluntary ban until the 8th of January 2023 after his urine sample collected at an ATP Challenger event in Rio de Janeiro in February was found to have contained the banned substance. The former world number 7 admitted the anti-doping rule violation in a statement. Verdasco explained that he had been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, otherwise known as ADHD. To treat the condition, he had used methylphenidate as a therapeutic use exemption with a prescription from his doctor. Crucially, however, he had neglected to renew the TUE when it expired, despite the fact that he has since been handed a renewed TUE for the medication by the World Anti-Doping Agency. He has still been provisionally suspended. I have some football stories before we head over for the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup. Real Madrid and Barcelona have both announced they will boycott an urgent meeting called by La Liga in Dubai next week. The Spanish League has summoned its member clubs to the United Arab Emirates on the 7th of December with the aim of addressing several important modifications to the statutes and internal regulations of La Liga. Madrid and Barca both responded on Wednesday, however, by saying they would not take part in the meeting as they continue their ongoing battles with La Liga president Javier Tebas. Madrid said they believe the forum was illegal, given clubs are being called to travel to a place that is more than 5,000 kilometers away from La Liga's headquarters. La Liga have promised to provide clubs with transport and accommodation for the meeting, which also drew criticism from Madrid. A statement from Barca released at the same time said, and I quote, "We do not believe it is the right time to travel to Dubai for an event that could take place at La Liga's headquarters, and once again we show our opposition to any form of action that we consider damaging to the rights and interests of the club." Now to the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup, where we should be joined shortly by Kelechi Clifford, who is standing by. French-born Wabi Kazri scored the only goal of the game as Tunisia upset World Cup holders France 1-0 at the Education City Stadium on Wednesday. But the shock victory was not enough for them to join defending champions in the last 16 at the tournament in Qatar. Kazri steered home a 58th-minute winner amid a cluster of defenders for only a third victory at 6 World Cup tournaments for Tunisia, but they were still eliminated as results elsewhere elsewhere did not go their way. And talking about results elsewhere, Australia upset Denmark 1-0 on Wednesday to qualify for the World Cup knockout stage for the first time in 16 years, thanks to a fine solo goal from Matthew Leckie. And back to the game involving France and Tunisia. Well, there has been emerging stories from the French side of things, because the French Football Federation has said that France are filing a complaint to FIFA over a last gap equalizer by Antoine Griezmann after the goal was disallowed following a video assistant referee review after the final whistle of their World Cup match against Tunisia. Now, Griezmann volleyed home 8 minutes into stoppage time, but the goal was ruled out as the forward was offside when Aurelien Tchouameni sent the ball into the area. The ball was deflected by a Tunisian defender into the path of Griezmann, who was onside at that point, but the effort was disallowed and Tunisia won the game by 1-0. However, the French Federation believes that the referee and VAR made a technical error in the process. Now, the French Football Federation said in a statement, and I quote them now, "We are writing a complaint after Antoine Griezmann's goal was, in our opinion, wrongly disallowed. This complaint has to be filed within 24 hours after the final whistle," end of quote. Now, what happened is that referee Michael Konga allowed the goal deep into added time and restarted the game before blowing for full time. According to the French national team, then Konga was asked by the video assistant referee to check an offside position by Griezmann, and then he went to the pitch side monitor before disallowing the goal. Now, Law 1.10 of VAR from IFAB states that if the game has been restarted, the video assistant referee cannot intervene anymore. So according to the rules of the game, the referee should not have been allowed to check the goal and then rule it out after restarting play. On that note, I'd like to welcome Kelechi Clifford to this very interesting discussion on Super Breakfast Sports this morning. Good morning to you, Kelechi. Welcome to the show. Good morning, Kelechi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning to you.
All right. Now we're trying to review the performances of the officials at the FIFA World Cup so far. Now, there is this very big controversy right now with Antoine Griezmann's goal. We'll get down to it. But how would you rate the performance of the match officials at the World Cup so far?
I feel like it's been both good and bad. We've seen so many good decisions. We've seen so many good calls and also bad calls as well. We've seen situations where VAR should have intervened, they did not. And we've seen where VAR shouldn't have intervened, like this one yesterday we're talking about now. And then, they're doing the job. So, but overall, I think this semi-automated technology has really helped in a way to detect offsides. We've seen goals that Ronaldo wanted to claim, rightly judged by, this technology and all. But overall, I feel like it's been both good and bad.
It's been both good and bad, especially for the French people. They feel like they were really hard done by the decision yesterday. Now, it centers around video assistant referees, calling for the attention of the center referee to make certain decisions during the game, or in this case, after the game has already ended. Now, there's been a lot of decisions. VAR has had a lot of say at the ongoing FIFA World Cup because according to stats from the ESPN, the VAR has been involved in 18 overturns at least and rejected 1 overturns. Some of those overturns, 4 of them have led to goals. 9 of them have led to goals being disallowed. Goals have been ruled out for offside 8 times after VAR review, and goals after incorrect offside have been allowed 1 time for VAR. And VAR has also been involved in sending 1 player off 1 red card situation. So VAR being heavily involved. Now, for the case of the Antoine Griezmann goal, like the law states in law 1.10 of the VAR, how the VAR should be applied, the VAR is not permitted to restart play after, to call back a decision after play has been restarted. Now, on that premise, what do you think should be FIFA's response to France's claim? Should the game be put back at 1-1, or at the result already registered at 1-0 should stand that way?
That's why we have rules in the game of football. Like you just rightly said, I mean, you cannot call for video assistant referees' attention when the game has been restarted, which is a very, very key point. I mean, France are definitely going to use this one to stake their claim, and I believe that it's going to make sense to FIFA, because at some point I thought the game was a draw. I didn't really believe it was going to be Tunisia winning that game. And of course, when I've watched the replay from Griezmann, I really don't see anything like an offside or anything. It's not really clear and obvious there. And so for that statement from the rules and regulations that you cannot call for video assistant referee when the game has restarted. The game was restarted, and so fans have every right to go to FIFA, and I believe that they would win the case, and that match might just end up being a 1-1 draw, and I'm pretty sure that video assistant referee have got this one wrong here.
And finally, before I let you go, what decisions, aside this one, what other decisions do you think might have been wrong calls, some wrong calls from the VR at the World Cup so far? Which one stands out for you?
We've seen the penalty to Ronaldo in the Ghana match. That shouldn't have been a penalty. I mean, we can complain about that one every single day. Even the Ghanaians will feel robbed from that one. Also, yesterday's penalty from Messi, I think it was not really clear and obvious. It was just, I don't know why the video assistant referee gave that one as a penalty. We've seen several others as well, and those two really stand out for me. But at the same time, these are decisions for the referee to make. It's not even about going to the video assistant referee at the end of the day. It's still the referee to make the decision as to whether or not that is, if a foul or a penalty or an offside. But at the end of the day, I feel like we need to get things right, probably in the nearest future. But for now, I feel like the video assistant referee system is still flawed.
Still flawed. Thank you so much, Kelechi, for joining us on the program this morning.
You're welcome.
Well, Kelechi thinks that the video assistant referee is still flawed. Also thinks that the VAR got it wrong with Griezmann's goal being disallowed yesterday. And let's get what you think. How would you rate the performance of the match officials at the World Cup so far, especially the video assistant referees? And should that goal be reinstated, or the game has ended? So let's move on with a 1-0 victory for Tunisia. 0705 079 1021. 0811-743-1021, and text us on WhatsApp as well, 0905-948-1021. Good morning to you. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Coach Arsenal.
Coach Arsenal, welcome.
I've been saying time and time that you cannot take away this element of mistake into the beautiful game. No matter how you try to do computer or machine, there must always be error in the game, because that is what accelerates the football. The penalty to Messi, I was very serious. Messi for Ahmad, but that was never anywhere near penalty, because the article of FIFA, if the player did not get the ball, if he goes with his punch and miss target or hit someone, so the keeper was going with his arm open, which is his palm, the arm is open. He wanted to palm the ball away. He wanted a slap. He wanted a blue.
So, Coach Arsenal, do you think, how would you rate VAR so far at the tournament?
I think it's the same thing when we have the normal referee officiating.
The same.
Honestly, because it's the same, because the mistake is still there. That controversial issues are still related to the football. We are trying to manage to be a better way to officiate, but at the same time, we haven't gotten what we want. Right. So I think I am going for the scrap of the VR for the referee to take the adequate vision on their side.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're not asking if you'd like to scrap VR, but thank you so much. I appreciate your thoughts, Coach Arsenal. Let's get a couple more thoughts on the show this morning. Good morning. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports. All right, we lost that one. Get back to us if you can. 0705 079 1021, 0811 743 1021. And the WhatsApp line remains open as well, 0905 948 1021. Good morning. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning to you. I'm good. How are you doing?
Mr. Michael, my name, Michael.
Mr. Michael, go ahead very quickly.
Concerning all these our European countries, they don't expect us, and they don't even know that this World Cup will overturn everything. Concerning what happened between Ghana and Portugal, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
That penalty was not guarantee anything that it was not a copy. But had it been it was European country, they would have just overturned the whole thing. So that penalty was not penalty. Then concerning what happened between France and
Tunisia,
you see, they really play and they don't expect Tunisia to win. That was the case. And this World Cup does not mind anything this year. If you can observe.
So do you think VAR has been correctly applied, or do you think there are flaws as well?
It was not correctly applied.
Okay.
Imagine what happened. the game has ended, that they want to file a suit against it. It doesn't make any sense.
All right,
They
thank
have
you.
already won that game.
Thank you, Michael, for your thoughts. Good morning. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning to you, Ken Billion. Welcome. Go ahead very quickly.
Thank you. Happy New Month, my dear.
Same.
The truth is that for Griezmann match, I think the decision makers, they got it right, 100%, because before Griezmann got that ball, the Tunisian guy was pushed inside that 18 yards box. That's why he lost control. That's why Griezmann got the ball.
Okay.
For me, they are spot on. They got it right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ken Billion. Final caller. Good morning. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports. Good morning to you. Your line is not clear at all. Unfortunately, have to let you go because the reception there was really poor. And now talking about officials, history will be made later today because Stephanie Frappard, Nueza Bak and Karen Diaz will become the first all-female refereeing team for a men's World Cup match as they have been named to take charge of the Costa Rica versus Germany Group E match later today. And talking about those games, there will be 4 games today. Judgment Day continues at the FIFA World Cup, and it will be judgment for groups E and F, where teams can make it through out of those groups. Costa Rica will play against Germany in Group E. Japan will play against Spain. Those games will take place by 8 p.m. Before that, we'll see Group F deciders between Canada and Morocco, and Croatia versus Belgium. We'll talk about this extensively when we come your way by 11:25 for showtime. 11:25, so keep it with us. We'll be asking interesting questions there as well. And then again by 5 p.m. when we return for Sports Traffic. At this point, I'd like to say thank you so much, guys, for being part of Super Breakfast Sports this morning. Thank you for your thoughts, and thank you for, of course, the many that we cannot attend to them now. I'm sure we'll have this discussion repeat itself by 5 p.m. on Sports Traffic. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day and have a lovely month, guys. Welcome to the month of December.
Super FM.